Hello everyone, today I was going to try and talk about the latest bit of X-Wing news to hit the FFG website. It's another spoiler for the C-Roc Cruiser, so I'm just going to break down the article a little bit. Normally for the 100-point dogfight style stuff, I'll bring all of the cards over and do a higher level of production, but for this one, because it's mainly going to have an epic focus, I thought I'd be relatively lazy and just literally break it down straight from a website. So this is the article that FFG have put out, looking at the C-Roc. Gives us a little bit more information on the epic side of it. So we're still waiting for some more information on the different seeks and all of these awesome pilots and upgrades and stuff. But straight in there, we've got obviously the C-Roc Cruiser itself, which looks to be a pretty fancy model. Actually, I really like the look of it. It has that tone that fits in with the Scum faction, so really looking forward to it. We have a pile of illicit tokens here, it looks like. Well, tokens with illicit symbol, I suppose I should say. In the same way that we had a crap ton of ion tokens in Sabine's tie and tractor beam tokens in the quad jumper. So there should be something in here that will interact with these tokens. Don't know what we're going to do yet, but hopefully it'll be something interesting. And as we'll come to later on, it looks like this is the quick release cargo token thing. So judging its size, it looks to be pretty big piece of terrain if you compare it to the size of the large ship base. And what else do we have? We go in, it talks about obviously the design aspect of it, where it's going to fit in, trying to keep the Scum theme going of messing with your opponent's ships rather than trying to buff your own fleet. So that's always an interesting design space. It talks about the quick release cargo, which was for that token we just looked at. Supercharged power cells are going to be an interesting one to add on to other ships. Obviously this one is not as useful on here unless you do field it with the heavy laser turret. 4 dice attack out of arc potentially. Decent level of dice, especially throwing the 6 on there. Then the crew we already know about. Obviously I've spoken about it in standard games, the different kind of tricks you can do, but obviously once you open it up into letting you switch out these modifications as well, cargo slots I should call them by the correct name, it does get even more interesting on the epic ship. And we have Asmorgian and how he can interact. Obviously he's epic, huge ship only, and lets you mess around with crew and teams. So it talks about equipping IG-88D, which I probably wouldn't if I'm honest. That's Razzie. It's an interesting one, having the jam action. Lats could add a good amount of survivability. This is one I really like, crewing the C-Roc's heavy laser turret with Dengar, Zuckuss and Folon, because you don't care about taking stress on an epic ship, so Zuckuss becomes stupendously good. I'm not 100% if I'll be ramming my C-Roc into my opponent's big ships, but I suppose, you know, if it's a means to an end, it could be interesting. And this is one I really like though, is being able to swap out the crew, and I'd probably look at making sure you've got one really expensive crew member in there, because that just lets you have all the tools you need to swap to any of the other crew. So you can't really put Gunner on there because it doesn't have a primary weapon, but something around about those point levels is where I'll be looking to crew this ship, and that lets you swap out for any of the other crew. I like this idea as well of having Gonk start on it and bank a few Gonk actions early, but I don't know how how much play that'll see. There's so many other ways to get shields back, but you can make it a really tanky little ship. This is an interesting enough build. It's a bit of a jack of all trades. You've got the damage, you've got the frequency jammer to help you jam action. It just does a little bit of everything. I'd probably look at building more specialised than this, but that's about all there is to that build, just showing off some of the stuff you can do. Then right at the end, we do sneak in the other 2 titles. So after you perform a regain action, you gain 3 energy, which is pretty good at helping you tank up. Obviously, normally you'd spend all of your energy to recover shields up to the energy you spent, I think it is, for a recover action. Again, I'm not played Epic for a while, so I'm pretty sure that's right. And then the Broken Horn, when defending, if you have a reinforced token, you may add 1 additional evade result. If you do, after defending, discard the reinforced token, 5 points. It does give you +2 energy as well, so that's a big one. +2 energy is really good, but 5 points for preventing 1 extra hit a turn, because obviously you want to use it against the last shot that's going to be targeting the ship to make sure you get maximum value out of that reinforced token. But it seems interesting. Just thinking of an interaction now, you could potentially use this because you reinforce a section of the ship. If you reinforce the front and are getting shot in the back, you could use this. It doesn't say does it? If you have a reinforced token, you may add 1 additional. Yeah, so I don't see why it wouldn't be able to add an evade to the quadrant that the reinforced token wasn't on. So a bit of versatility there. I think the Merchant one is still my favourite title out of all of them. +1 energy, and it's only 2 points, and it gives you an extra crew and an extra team slot, but you'll lose one of the cargoes. I think if I was building an offensive one, I would be looking for those extra crew to get Dengar, Zuckuss and Folom. So that's the way I would probably build my C-Roc. And yeah, that's about it. It's not too much in the article pertaining to standard X-Wing, but I thought I'd cover it anyway because we've been a little bit quiet on the news recently. So there you go. That's the new information on the C-Roc. A couple of ideas. I mean, supercharged power cells seem pretty good. Let's have a look at those again. Just that extra attack on any, and because of a pilot skill you're going to be attacking at pilot skill 1, you can really tailor this attack after you've stripped tokens with your other ships in the list. So that's a pretty strong card that I think we'll see play in any of the epic events. And yeah, it doesn't really cover anything new that we don't know about, pardon me, on the standard game. But that's where I would be looking at going. I'm definitely obviously going to pick one up and put it under the TV shelf with all of my other epic ships and occasionally get it out to play. But yeah, I'm happy. I really like the look of the model, and I'm looking forward to dumping some of this cargo. It reminds me of the Iron Squadron episodes of Star Wars Rebels, where he flings the cargo at the different pursuit crafts and stuff. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully I'll get some more content out this week. It's been a quiet week last week because I was off trying to celebrate my birthday and just take a bit of time for myself, so no real apologies. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But there you go. They should start ramping up the content again now, though. Thanks, everyone. Bye.